Hey guys, guess what day it is?
Guys, is it a walkthrough Wednesday?
It's hump day. It's walkthrough Wednesday. We're back in Greenhouse 4. I'm Matt, that's Tim. Let's get into it.
Guys, smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Guys, let's check out this amazing greenhouse. We got a lot of cool plants in here.
All right, y'all, let's see what we got in here.
What are these? Oh man, here's some Baton Rouge, bro.
Oh, Baton Rouge, a staple in those top fives. Everybody loves Baton Rouge. This is a heat-tolerant plant found in Texas. It's basically a coral bark, but way more heat-tolerant. Some really nice red shades in the fall as well.
Gives you that good red winter interest on this tree. And being super heat-tolerant, this is a great tree for the deep south. It's one of the most heat-tolerant coral bark selections you can get.
Grab that one in front of you. That's what I want to talk about. Guys, these are coming up soon. They're not listed yet. Acer Japonicum Aka Amote. This is the OG red Japonicum. You get those red vibes over top of it, that red flush. It really blushes some bright red, but I would say even in the early spring, that whole leaf gets some interesting red to it. You know, I thought of an interesting thing. We were talking to Sue Eager about the hybrids. I often wonder if this one isn't a hybrid Japonicum with something else.
I mean, hybrid, maybe Ceboldianum. It's got a little bit of fuzziness to the leaf. I don't know.
I can see it.
This plant here has been known to the name of Jim's Ruby Red and Ruby Red.
Some people listen to Shirasawa, but it's clearly Japonicum.
Yeah, clearly Acer Japonicum. Amazing, cool plant. Pretty unique, very different. One of my favorite Japonicums.
When you see these lists, they are massive 1 gallons. All right, y'all, what else we got in here? Some really nice size Osakazuki.
I think this was recently on Jordan's one of his top 10. It's one of the best fall colors.
We're covering most of his.
It turns the fall color, about the color of Matt's shirt.
Osakazuki, Osaka it to me, one of my favorite red fall color Japanese maples. Maybe the quintessential red fall color Japanese maple of them all. Outstanding, heat tolerant, cold tolerant, large leaves, spectacular in the fall. What's this funky looking thing?
This is Seki Yatabusa. And Seki Yatabusa is one of those Japanese maples that breaks a lot of the rules with Japanese maples. It gets this weird fasciated growth where you have more than 2 buds coming at the same spot.
It's a rule breaker.
And it's not always it's not always opposite. You sometimes get something that's slightly alternating a little bit. I mean, very unusual, very different, a tight, dense, compact tree. And it can get some of that twisting growth that Miss Piggy gets as well.
Everybody loves a rebel. All right, let's see what else we got up here. These Alarians are showing out. All that white growth this time of the year, outstanding. Man, I want to talk about these Shermans Nordic. Ooh, if I can get them out of there. Look at these Shermans Nordic. The name means Northern Lights, so Shermans Northern Lights is what this translates to. We keep the OG name on there, Shermans Nordic. Outstanding plant.
Yeah, I like it because it's a more dwarf compact witch's broom that was found on white spot. And it just stays in it gives you everything you love about Dawn Redwoods in a smaller space, but then also you get some variegation. I mean, what's not to love about it?
Metasequoia glyptosymboides. This is a Dawn Redwood that will just knock your socks off. We talk about that pink princess being an anomaly. This is another variegated witch's broom. So truly a unicorn in the ornamental plant world. It is both variegated and a broom. Tight, compact habit, outstanding colors. Maybe my favorite Dawn Redwood.
Yeah, I love Dawn Redwoods because if you got a spot in your garden that's holding too much water, often a Dawn Redwood can grow there where a Japanese maple can't. You still get a cool ornamental tree. So here we've got Acer Palmatum Patsy.
Ooh, I love this one.
This is a selection that we found at Del Alex Nursery years ago. It's an upright, heavy Matsumuri. Looks almost like a lace leaf, but in the springtime it gets a nice purple border to it. but it is such a vigorous grower, very, very dense, very fluffy appearance.
Yeah, it almost looks like a dwarf cereun sometimes. It's an interesting plant. Del Laux named this one after his wife, Patsy. Really cool plant, and I love that border. That border really throws it. I mean, it really gives it something extra. It's not a lace leaf. It's just such a heavy Matsumuri that it looks like it. Often grows in kind of a small pyramidal shape, which is cool too. Awesome plant, Acer Palmatum Patsy. Now, a lot of these aren't quite up yet, so that's something that we'll be returning to Mr. Maple.
Guys, we've got some good size Acer Palmatum Bihu coming up. These are some Bihu. Bihu gets that yellow bark during the winter.
It's actually the greenest stage right now during the summer, especially in the greenhouses. The sap's very high in these. As you get into that winter months, these will get neon yellow, and so some killer sizes right now.
And Bihu, just known for that bright highlighter yellow. Pair this with a coral bark like a Baton Rouge, and you're going to have starkly different colors on the bark during those winter months. Great tree to add some excellent winter interest for a Japanese maple garden.
I know a lot of people have been asking when that one's coming back. Oh my gosh, check out the set of Seho over here. Woo. Now this one's vigorous when it's young, so it's an oxymoron. It's a vigorous dwarf. These kind of take off out the gate, then densen up. We've got some killer sizes coming up in one of our smallest leaf Japanese maples of all time. We recently did a podcast on some of our favorite maples for bonsai. This has the smallest leaf of any maple I know. You'll have to check that out and see where it falls on the list.
And if you go check out our oldest video on the channel, it's actually in this exact greenhouse.
Talking about some Seho.
Talking about Seho, the ultimate bonsai Japanese maple. Really has those small leaves. Love what Seho does. Even if you're just using it as a dwarf out there in the garden, the small leaves on the flushes of growth give such a unique texture. Such a cool upright dwarf Japanese maple.
Oh man, you want to show them those?
Yeah, there's another set.
Guys, we already dropped one and they were popular, but there's more.
Acer Palmatum Huffs Dwarf, y'all.
So this is a secondary set. These are just finished down the roots. Huffs Dwarf, we throw it in that Makawa family. You can throw it in the Shishigashira family. No matter where you throw it, it's going to sell out. Popular dwarf, dense, compact, heat tolerant, named by Barbara Hupp. Outstanding plant.
Yeah, it's got the salmon pink new growth over top of that lime green. It's almost got that Goshiki Kotohime kind of vibe,
right,
but mixed with the Makawa.
Oh, it's got everything.
It's amazing.
It's a must-have for any Makawa garden, and just an outstanding plant. Great bright reds in the fall as well. Guys, check out a little bit of these Jubilee. I love Acer Palmatum Jubilee. It's one of those Nugos from Talon Buckholtz. Outstanding colors on this one. Jubilee really brings it with that pink to almost purple red in the spring.
Yeah, it really is basically, it's a little bit shorter and a little bit wider than some of the ghosts for us, but this is a plant that just gives you some really nice lime greens in there with those colors that you're talking about. The lime green veining on this plant is really what I think makes this tree so spectacular in a lot of its colors.
In full sun in my garden, it's been one of the most spectacular pinks. I've had some outstanding shades on this. Has that reticulated variegation. You know, pair this with a nebula, pair it with a firefly. Outstanding cultivar.
Guys, coming back soon, Acer Palmatum Arohime. I mean, these sell out quickly. A lot of the Hime types when we list them. Arohime is one of the rarer selections in that Kiyohime type family, and it gets a really nice red purple border to the edge. This one on the other side of things in the fall, you often get a little bit more yellows to oranges in the fall, which is really different than many of the other Hime types.
All right, I'm skipping. I'm going on up here to one of my all-time favorites. Check out this giant set, y'all. You've been asking. I get it in the comments all the time. We get it in the Facebook group. Check out our Facebook group, Mr. Maple Friends. Indian Summer, y'all. This one's coming back. One of our most popular Acer Japonicums. We'll have it in stock again this fall. You see some great sizes here. We're just waiting on the roots to finish out a little bit more. This one is known for having reds, oranges, and yellows all at the same time on that fall leaf. One of the most spectacular fall displays of them all.
And it's really special because it's a lot of yellows infused with the oranges and reds. I mean, it is so pretty, so spectacular. It's one of the best fall colored Japonicums, I think, because you get all of those fall colors all across the tree all at once. It is so unique, so different. It's a Japonicum you definitely need to have in your garden.
Ooh, another set. Now these done sold out once, y'all. So we're bringing back Japanese lanterns.
Japanese lanterns, cups downward like a Japanese lantern. This is one of our selections here from the Area 51 collection here at Mr. Maple.
Oh, outstanding cultivar. As the older growth intensifies, they even curl more. Someone asked me what season they had the curl to them, and I said the season's where they're in leaf. Because they do it all the time, especially, now the newest growth can be a little bit flatter late summer, but they will get that nice curl and habit to them. Bright pinks to almost orange sometime on the fall. This one I've had bold reds to oranges. Outstanding cultivar, and it really brings a unique habit. This one kind of spirals out there, so it has irregular shapes to it as it makes an upright tree, which makes a perfect palette for those dangling lanterns.
Yeah, definitely a pretty cool plant.
All right, guys, let's go into bonus land. Let's drop into another greenhouse right here. What up, Corbin?
Not much, man. I'm just shooting some B-roll.
We went into bonus land here. Want to drop one more greenhouse over and let some of those people know that are asking when we're going to have Hot Blonde back in stock that we are actively working on it. Check out this set of Acer Livieranum Hot Blonde, one of our very own introductions here at Mr. Maple, and probably our most famous, the Heat Seeker series.
It's a yellow. That's right. We're going to do a little bit of that yellow dance, y'all. This plant is outstanding. Give it some sunlight and it takes off. Salmon colored pink new growth during the summer accentuates that yellow color as well. And the fall color, again, is the same color as Matt's shirt again. So you've got this bright red fall color. I mean, it is one of the best fall color Japanese maples, one of the most heat tolerant Japanese maples, and it's one of the most yellow. So win-win all the way around.
Too. This one will grow over a foot to a foot and a half of growth a year. It loves the heat. Now this one's going to work zone 6 through 9. We're still trialing it in that zone 5 garden. Seems to be working for everybody in zone 5, but we listed zone 6 and up, and it has loved the heat. I have customers with this in the Battery in Charleston with 20-foot trees because they really take off in that higher heat. I got a guy in Bishopville. He's got a 20-foot one. It's bigger than the original one. They love that high heat of the deep south. Get you a Hot Blonde. They're coming back to MrMaple.com.
All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's walkthrough. Our walkthrough Wednesday, we walked through actually one and part of another greenhouse, talking about some trees. Make sure you smash that like button. We'd really appreciate it.
Take care.
God bless.
Have an awesome day.